So hi, my name is Andrew Dayton. I'm from Wool Games. We are releasing our first game, Flyhunter Origins, and we are working with Nvidia on the Tegra 4 and their Shield project.
Start by talking about what this game is all about.
As a company, this is our first game. It is a platformer. It's also a 3D chase game. So it's got, based on our background, it has a lot of narrative to it. It's we wanted to make it really pretty. It's the gameplay itself that we wanted to focus on, it just being sort of accessible to a lot of age ranges. So, my kids can play it and, adults can play it. But it's sort of our first big step in, and it's been a lot of fun, and Nvidia has actually been supporting us since day one.
What is the story in this game?
It is about an alien poaching group that comes to Earth to hunt flies. Flies are actually illegal, but they're highly priced in the black market, the intergalactic black market. So it starts with this ship that has finished hunting, and somehow mysteriously the cargo has been ejected, and our hapless janitor has to figure out what's happened, and he is forced to have to get the flies that they lost. And you sort of go through the story of Zach, who is our protagonist, throughout the whole game. And you play him, and there are other things that happen, but I'll let the players actually see that when they play the game.
What are some of the environments people will be exploring?
It's a combination of a little bit of the human world. It's where the game takes place is basically, we imagine it like northern Florida, the southern swamps of North America. So there's a lot of really pretty times of day. It's nighttime, daytime. The environments themselves will have sort of swamps, wetlands, insides of termite hives, but it's still within the human world. So you still see smatterings of human population, but you don't see humans. You're not in somebody's house, but you're sort of on the fringe.
Can you talk a little about how you've worked with Nvidia on this project?
Nvidia has been working with us since day one, actually. We pitched the project early to them with our publisher, and they've been really supportive, and we wanted to work together for their Tegra 4 processor. And they showed us what they were planning with the Shield device, which is exactly what we wanted to do. The Shield and the Tegra 4 allowed us to really push the boundaries of the visual fidelity of the game we wanted to make. It also gave us the ability to have a controller, which was really important, but still be on a mobile platform. So it's sort of, they supplied us with all the resources we needed to get this up and running on the Shield, and they've been nothing but fantastic helping support the game and support us.
When it comes to the actual gameplay, how has Tegra 4 enhanced the experience players will have?
What it allows us to do is basically push the quality to the point where it's as close as you can to a high-end PC, on a mobile platform. All the visual fidelity that we like, the beautiful effects, HDR, bloom, depth of field, these sort of things that you really can't have on the normal mobile device because of the hardware. We were allowed to turn on and use those and really incorporate that into the visual fabric of the game.
When it comes to the Project Shield device itself, give us your thoughts on that as a new mobile platform. It's
amazing, actually. It's been, my son keeps trying to take it from me because he wants to play it. We've tried to do some tests where we wanted to kill it to see how much we can put on the game before it starts to die, and we were shocked at the threshold at what it had. So we were able to push the game as far as we could visually. The other thing is that the gameplay, because it's a platformer, and the controls are right there, it's just there is no sort of disconnect between the player and the game by having a touchscreen and having to work with no tactile feedback. So having all of these together, it's the perfect device.
What are your thoughts about how quickly the mobile sector seems to be exploding when it comes to the processing power?
Growing up, I've seen and witnessed Moore's Law, but this is surpassing that at an enormous rate. Every few months, twice a year, there's always the new and better processor that comes out, and every time the new iteration, the new generation comes out, it's getting closer and closer and closer to what we imagine being, hey, this is a PC game. This is what we consider a console quality, right? And every time, Nvidia with the Tegra 3 and now the Tegra 4, we're just getting closer and closer to being able to make visually the kinds of games we want, but on a smaller platform, on the mobile platforms.